Welcome back to the Real Nykel channel. I really appreciate you guys for checking out the reactions. You know, I live stream every day from 9 to 11. Catch the streams because, you know, I be genuine with my reactions and I do it. You never know which Nykel you're going to get. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the reaction. So, today we will be reacting to the rise of the medium uglies and unconventional male beauty. Now, I wanted to react to this because once I saw it, I was like, I don't know if y'all remember our conversation or maybe y'all don't, I don't know. But a while ago, I was saying like how with males, the difference between male and female like types of beauty is that females, they can just put makeup on and shit like that, and then they can change their face, make themselves look more pretty when they're butt fuck ugly, or if they're stunning, make themselves even more stunning. With males, we can't do that. We only got you ugly, you cute, or you handsome. And then I went on to say, like, they started to introduce this shit called, medium ugly, or you ugly handsome, or handsome ugly, or, whatever the retarded shit they was talking, they was saying. I just didn't understand it. So, just so happened to stumble upon this shit. Well, this video. I don't want to call this video shit because I haven't seen it yet. We'll wait to the end. But I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and have a stream and react to the video. One God. And, I mean, it's already got my, it's already catching my attention because it's got the fucking Flower Boy vinyl right there. To Pepper Butterfly. Blonde right there. It's cool. Alright, now without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this motherfucking video. And I probably will be snacking too because I got the motherfucking oatmeal razor cookies and shit like that, so.
I think it's safe to say we've seen a rise of unconventional male
Beautiful black queen. I love me a good beautiful black queen. Alright, go ahead.
beauty in the media, with celebrities like Timothy Chalamet, Jeremy Allen White, and Barry Keoghan. Women don't seem to be interested in the hyper-masculine, muscular himbo type anymore, and maybe they never were interested in that type. Some women have expressed their admiration for the dad bod. Short kings have had their moments in the sun, and we've seen the rise of what I'd like to call the cigarette soft boy earn a lot of love.
One thing I can't say about this fucking the dad bod shit. Let's be honest, bro. With women, they don't want the super fucking muscular dude. They don't want the motherfucking, the Chris Hansen's, the was it the Roy, it's just the super muscular dude. They don't want that type of shit. Arnold Schwarzenegger type that shit. But they also don't want a fat, chubby dude as well. But also kind of depends on the woman as well. But if we're just gonna talk in general, most women, they don't want the motherfuckers with the pot bellies. They want a motherfucker who's like medium, like average. Like a nice build, like he goes to the gym, he takes care of himself, but not too fucking ripped. If we just being plain on, if we just being, completely honest, right? That's all I gotta say.
Love and attention thanks to their benevolent leader Lil.
If I think it's something else, it won't come back to me.
It's your boy Lil Timmy Tim, aka 2 Inches Proud.
What is deemed attractive
What?
for a male through the female gaze has really been flipped on its head from what we traditionally thought of as attractive for guys. Although we've expanded our palettes for male beauty, it seems like we've also gotten very comfortable with throwing extreme and harsh criticism towards male appearances. So much so that even men who I think meet the standards for conventional male beauty are mercilessly called ugly and ripped to shreds for their appearances. I'm looking at you, Barry Keoghan.
That just be pissing me off. Comment says, am I the only one who thinks he's ugly?
I ain't gonna count. I saw that man in a movie. It was like Midsummer or something. Weird ass fucking movie. He fucking fingered a girl on her period and then licked his finger. Pretty much the whole premise of the movie was there was a rich family. He befriended one of the rich kids, and faked a backstory in order to take their wealth and take their just pretty much take their wealth and everything that they've obtained throughout, their family name and shit like that. And everybody, pretty much the whole family, just died. Either they were killed, murdered, or pretty much they were murdered. Yeah, they were murdered by him, or sent away like in a jail or some shit like that, or they killed themselves. And I never really thought that. When I looked at it, I was like, bro, I mean, I'm a dude, so I'm not gonna say any dude is fucking, good looking or anything. I'm always call him ugly, but I don't see the reason. I don't see what women see. I think it's just because he's famous. I don't really see a reason why women think he's fucking attractive. I really think it's because he's famous, because he's been in the Marvels, he's in Eternal, shit like that. And I don't see it.
Why do you want to be special so badly? Why do you want to be different so badly?
Men who even are average looking or look normal are considered hideous according to the opinions on the internet, which obviously are always rooted in reality, of course, obviously. I think of Benny Blanco when I think of men who I would deem to be average looking who are called hideous online. And I'll talk more about that later, and the reason why people say that is because he's dating Selena Gomez. But as a woman who is attracted to men, I find the internet's perception of male beauty to be unpredictable and confusing. The term medium ugly has been thrown around a lot online and has gained a lot of popularity amongst women when describing their dating preferences for men. Before I get deeper into this topic, I want
Let a bitch call me medium ugly, bro. Let a goofy bitch call me medium ugly, bro. Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'd do if a bitch called me medium ugly. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'd be like, what? You just saying anything that the new, like, what you see on TikTok or what you see on social media, you're just saying a new thing on social media that you don't really know anything about, which is adding it to describe people in reality, which is going to be a trend for a couple months, or maybe couple months, and then it's going to be out. I don't get it.
to address the obvious. Female celebrities or women in general in real life have always been picked apart for their appearance and have had incredibly high standards when it comes to what is considered beautiful physically for a woman. Especially with the 90s and early 2000s tabloid culture, we saw how the media ripped beautiful, gorgeous women to shreds for the tiniest little perceived flaw. Women know this struggle all too well. And I think that's why we're seeing this harsh criticism towards men's appearances, because we think, oh, well, it's justified, or, now they can get a taste of their own medicine. Women have been ridiculed for their appearances forever, and so we should be allowed to call men ugly. And I can see that perspective, but I don't think fighting with fire is really the solution. At least for me, I've never been that type of person. I don't think the solution to fixing unrealistic beauty standards is to just call everybody ugly, man or woman. Believe it or not, men are human too. I know that's hard to believe, but I don't think it's right to equate a man's worth to his appearance, just like I don't think it's right to equate a woman's worth to her appearance. Because whether you think
people will know that men, and it's always been like this since the dawn of time, men are judged on what they can build and how much, they're judged on what they can build and the amount of kids that they have, and what they've conquered and stuff like that. Women, they are based off their beauty and also family and stuff like that.
He's ugly or not, ugly people deserve love too. Call me crazy.
They do. But they're ugly people.
I'm gonna start this conversation with Timothée Chalamet. I think I'm gonna call this chapter the Timothée Chalamet effect. Because although he is regarded as very handsome and good looking to many people, both gay, straight, man, woman alike, I think he kind of started a trend when it comes to unconventional beauty for Gen Z. Timothée Chalamet's presence in the mainstream really shook the status quo of male beauty and really left the average person scratching their head when they realized that straight women were kind of obsessed with him. In the world of hunky hunks like Zac Efron and Brad Pitt, we got a paler, daintier baby girl version of a heartthrob. Everything men thought women liked liked kind of just went out the window. So that begs the question, why do women love Timothée Chalamet so much? Well, I think his lack of muscle mass and his my guy pretty like a girl face is almost unassuming and romantic in a way.
Your son looks like a girl!
He's the antithesis of the machismo type. In a world that rejects toxic masculinity, Timothée Chalamet fits in perfectly into this gap where women aren't really into the, again, hyper-masculine, super macho guy, but like a softer, delicate version of masculinity. Timothée Chalamet's dainty...
There's no such thing as a softer, more feminine version of masculinity, bro. It's either you feminine or you masculine. Right? That's just it. Like, and the thing that's crazy, right, is that I haven't seen any black people on here. I'm sure we will get to it, but on the black people side, hoes love skinny niggas. They do. Black women love skinny dudes. That's facts, especially fat hoes. Fat hoes love the skinny ass dudes. I don't know what it is.
Wrist and gentle
They're two extremes just going at it with each other.
Or starving Victorian child, depending on who you ask, I think implies a softness, an empathy, a compassion, and artistic romantic interest or personality. Like any famous actor, the public falls in love with them through their roles and their characters that they play. When you think of Timothée Chalamet characters, especially early in his mainstream career, his characters like Elio from Call Me By Your Name and Kyle from Lady Bird are typically seen reading or playing or listening to music through the lens of a lover. He's the love interest, and he's not the jock, but the poet archetype. Whether the character is actually just pretentious and pompous or not, that's still the vibe that is carried in the films.
He's like the motherfucker that... He's the suave motherfucker that know how to, like, play, like, music, play the guitar and shit like that, like, just one with nature and shit. Like that motherfucker.
He's been romanticized since the public knew who he was, really. And I'm not counting Interstellar either. And so we see him through
I didn't know who was in Interstellar.
by the movies that we watch him in. We assume that he's like that in real life. That's kind of what happens with actors. The public automatically assumes that they are like their characters. And I think this perception of Timothée Chalamet is why people were so confused when he started dating Kylie Jenner, because she clashes with that perception. You'd think he'd be with someone like, I don't know. I mean, he was with Lily Rose Depp, which I think more so coincides with his brand, but Kylie Jenner is kind of like a curveball because we wouldn't put a soft boy with an IG baddie. We perceive him as this like gentle, soft boy who would quote Tolstoy to us as we go to sleep and wouldn't dare do something as violent as hurt us physically, because, I mean...
I bet you he'd be beating bitches. That's a fucking curveball. I bet you he'd be beating bitches. On God. Like, he's going after Travis Scott. He has to... I mean, either his dick's gotta be bigger or he's just beating bitches. There's no other way, like...
A man with the arms of a baby deer wouldn't really be able to hurt us even if he tried. But again, through this romantic lens that we see him through from his movies, we kind of project this image onto him. But that's his appeal, right? Is like he has this like gentle, soft boy energy that is attractive to a lot of young women, especially in Gen Z, because in this generation we reject the hyper masculine and the toxic masculinity. And it seems like the, you know, muscular, rugged, traditionally masculine guy is somewhat intimidating or off-putting because we assume that he might be more aggressive and he might be more brash and less empathetic and soft and kind. I think the best way to describe Timothée Chalamet's appeal to women is that Nicole Richie quote from The Simple Life.
I don't like good-looking guys. I like them to be really skinny and pale and look like they're dying.
Going back briefly to the topic around the comfortability and disrespecting men's appearances online, a few weeks ago when the Dune press was going on, I saw so many TikToks of what I'm assuming were female fans fat shaming Timothée Chalamet. I never thought those words would go together in a sentence, but yeah, people were literally doing like side by sides of him this year versus like a year or two ago and being like, what happened to him? He's gotten fat.
Am I the only one that saw the...
Niggas can't eat. Niggas can't be rich and enjoy food. Niggas just can't eat the booty like groceries. I don't do that, but I'm assuming he's doing that with Kylie Jenner. That might be another reason. Maybe Travis Scott didn't eat her ass. Maybe he does.
These videos on their For You page and was like confused. Actually had to look at the comment sections in the videos to realize that people were talking about how he gained weight and that he was undergoing a twink death. People are actually looking up Timothée Chalamet gained 50 pounds. 50 pounds where? Where? People are talking about how he gained weight from what, 3-4 years ago, pointing out how like his cheeks aren't as hollow or he's not mewing anymore. And I'm just like, are we okay?
This little motherfuckers need a fucking job. If y'all really are on social media studying about how many pounds a motherfucker, you guesstimating how many pounds a motherfucker gained over 3-4 years, y'all motherfuckers need a job. They need a life. That shit is fucking wild, bro. Guessing what type of food he be eating and if he works out or not. Like, bro, get a fucking life. Come on now. He's not worried about y'all. Y'all don't need to be worried about him.
Like, are y'all okay? Here's a more recent photo of him. He still looks handsome to me. Like, this is still Timothy. This is still Timothée Chalamet. Like, there is no difference. This is the guy that I saw 3-4 years ago, but everyone's acting like he aged 30 years. This is so dystopian that we're all hyper-focused on what's natural and seeing it as something that is ugly or something that is...
Bro, I remember they did that shit for, on Zac Efron a while ago. When he did that, that he was doing like this nature thing, and he had a dad bod, and people were shaming him for that because he's usually ripped and shit. Wow.
That should be demonized.
Our boy Timmy, we've lost him to weight gain. I don't know. And it was so weird and jarring because, you know, this is rare. I don't find men going through this as much, but yeah, they were going in on Timothée Chalamet and he didn't really look that different. I mean, I think he just stopped mewing, but no, like his jawline was a little softer and his face was a little fuller and people lost their minds. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, just because he's a guy doesn't mean it's okay to do stuff like this. Just like it's not okay to call female celebrities fat for like not being emaciated. It's just really gross and unacceptable and isn't really setting a good example when it comes to treating humans like human beings despite what they look like. And Timothy...
Man, if you fucking fat, you fat. That motherfucker, that Timothée Chalamet, he wasn't fat. He wasn't fat. His cheekbone wasn't as sunk in. He didn't look as dead. No. He gained some, looked like healthy weight, which he needed. He needed some motherfucking meat on the bones, bro. He needs I think, after Kylie, how doubt they get married. If they do, don't care. But after Kylie, he needs to go for a black woman. They'll make sure he eats. If you really want to see him get fat, he needs to get with a black woman. I'm talking about like a down south black woman with a family. Oh, it's just fat as hell. They got that, you know, that tricep meat. You know, they be whipping it up real good, bro. He needs to do that.
Chalamet is not 22 years old. He's like pushing 30. So,
30?
Moving on. Speaking of weight gain, I guess, or a thicker build, I want to talk about dad bods for a moment. Similar to the Timothée Chalamet appeal and his baby deer biceps, the dad bod is like the other side of the same coin, where we have this unconventional beauty or body type that previously wasn't considered attractive or traditionally attractive, I should say. Dad bods have been praised online from women for the same exact reason of that it's less intimidating, and I think women have this perception about muscular men, like I said, where they may be more aggressive or even more self-centered or have narcissistic traits because they care about their appearance. Obviously, when we think of a himbo, we think of like a masculine, like jacked guy, and usually they're perceived as dumb. The male bimbo, they're not smart, they just care about lifting weights, and that's kind of as far as their intelligence goes. And I would imagine that maybe a super jacked, muscular, lean dude may feel unwelcoming to a woman who doesn't have muscle tone or is curvier or isn't super athletic looking. It's actually been proven in studies.
Hell no. Look, as long as you got a little bit of definition, you take care of yourself, I'm cool with that. Ain't no unwelcoming. Baby, come here. We get in the gym together. A little more curvy? Come here, baby. But you're not gonna be fat. You ain't gonna be chubby. I can work with chubby. You ain't gonna be fat. You ain't gonna be obese. Not around me.
Is that women perceive men with dad bods or less muscularity as better fathers.
A recent meta-analysis of 96 studies testing 6 dimensions of masculinity found that strength and muscularity was the strongest and most consistent predictor of a man's mating success. Better than a deep voice, better than testosterone, even better than height. Bit surprising, I know, and while numbers can lie, in this case, I don't think numbers are lying. Now, part of this is probably just the likely personality that gets jacked. The men who do the things you need to do to get strong and muscular are probably more ambitious romantically, on average. A large part of this seems to be scaring off rivals. There's some research indicating that formidability in the eyes of men is more important to your romantic success than attractiveness to women. Jack dudes might just not have to compete for the women they want because other men are just too scared to test their temper. But to be clear, some of this association is attractiveness. Men might want to be more muscular than women want them to be, but women typically still prefer men who are more muscular than average. So given that muscles are scientifically sexy, what is up with the dad bod phenomenon? When choosing a mate, women are looking for men who are able to produce robust offspring and protect them, but they're also looking for a man who will nurture and invest in her and her offspring. And some hypothesize that more muscular men are less likely to be good at this nurturing role on average. Perhaps they're more likely to be the aggressive type and or less likely to be the committed type. And indeed, that is women's perception of them. There's been direct research on dad bods, and sure enough, women perceive men who are plumper and less muscular to be better dad candidates. And so even if, in the broadest sense, athletic men are more attractive to women, it's perfectly sensible that some women, especially in some contexts, will find a dad bod, a soft physique, most appealing.
I would also imagine, and this is just...
So with that, man, I'm sure you all have heard this, but I'm going to say it again. When women get into a relationship and get into marriage, they're trying to conquer that beast that's inside of a man, that spirit inside of a man, which is to keep him from being with everybody else and make him a one-woman man. And so what women will do is they will feed them, feed the man until he gets, a little dad bod. And that's what they want. And usually a dad bod, when it comes in marriage, that'll show complacency and stuff like that. The dad bod kind of signifies complacency, and also when they get that dad bod, other women won't be looking at him because they don't see that as attractive physically. I ain't gonna lie, I'm talking shit. I don't even know. I'm not even going. This is going over my fucking head.
That maybe there's
Learning with y'all.
that if a man spends a lot of his free time in the gym and that's his main priority, then he will feel less inclined to spend time with his wife and his child. Now let's get into
one thing I can say is I'm still gonna be decently good in shape when I have my kids. I mean, I have them till I'm fucking like 35 and shit. But I'm gonna have a gym at my crib, and my wife will be working out with me, and my kids will be working out. Right now, it's fuck them kids. I don't want no kids. I don't need no kids because I can't support them how I want to support them. But even when I have my kids, it's still gonna be fuck them kids. Really? I really don't need to be in the kids' lives until they are like getting into their, the adolescent stage when when they need discipline and stuff like that. I really don't need to be there all the time. That's what the mom's there for, the nurture and everything. But once they're being bad and stuff like that, that's when the father comes. I'd be the disciplinary, but also be the fun parent. I can be both.
The medium uglies, shall we? So I'm sure you've heard of the phrase medium ugly, which is a phrase that women online have used when talking about their preferences. They prefer a medium ugly guy. Not a guy who's totally ugly, but not too hot either. Just attractive enough to date, but he's probably got something weird going on his face. Weird. I say that in quotes. Weird could be like a crooked nose or teeth. I don't know. Medium ugly, I think, is also subjective, of course. And some women will say they just prefer a straight up ugly guy. full on. I guess if I were to give a medium ugly example, and this is also based off of what I've seen on the internet, would be like Adam Driver. Especially if you've seen the show Girls, like he kind of starts out looking awkward and you were like, oh, that's kind of a interesting looking man. But the more you spend time with his character and his face, you're like, oh, actually, he's actually cute. Like I would date him. He's tall. He's got nice hair, so I guess that would be a medium ugly. But I think Adam Driver, like, is, like, fairly good looking. Like, I wouldn't say he's ugly at all, but medium ugly. There you go. I feel weird using the term medium ugly, and I will explain this shortly.
This is weird, bro.
I think other guys who fit into this...
Either you're ugly, you alright, or you handsome. No in between. There's also fugly, which is fucking ugly. But this medium ugly shit, it's just, that's alright. Medium ugly is just alright. You alright, man.
Category are like Jeremy Allen White. Everyone loves Jeremy Allen White, and I feel like he's also representing this new kind of like male beauty standard, if you will.
Bro, get this motherfucker off the...
I think also fits into this. He has a very polarizing perception when it comes to his face. Like some people think he's super hot, some people think he's hideous, and this is where I get confused because like I would say he is attractive. Like he's certainly not ugly. And you know, you can see someone's face and be like, oh, I see that, you know, he has features that are conventionally attractive. Am I personally feeling that attraction? No, but you can still look at someone who's like good looking but not be like, oh, I'm attracted to this person. And I feel like the internet is so polarizing now where it's like if I don't feel attracted to them, then they're ugly. You know, it's like, okay. Because it just makes me think like, okay, then what is ugly? Because if Barry Keoghan is ugly, then I hate to break it to you, but like 90% of y'all are fucking hideous if that's the standard that we're going off of. And don't think I forgot what y'all did to Dream when he took that damn mask off. Y'all ripped that poor man to shreds. And he wasn't ugly. He just looks like an average, normal-looking guy. To me, it's like, if you see someone...
I remember hearing about that shit. I was trending all over fucking Twitter and shit like that. I didn't know who that was, and I didn't care. But I saw Dream reveals himself. Jesus, he's ugly. She was like, God damn. It's like, bro, y'all are ruthless, bro. I was just laughing. I was like, wow. He should have took his mask off. And now after he hit like 1 million subscribers, I think he took his mask off. Like, bro, y'all have unrealistic beauty standards, like she's saying. Like, y'all need to... People are motherfucking average. Especially, people are average. Especially motherfucking streamers, bro. Streamers, we literally just sit down in our basement or in our rooms and just react to shit, play games or whatever. And to think that he got the confidence to take off his mask after being in this mask. Thank you for the follow. BDWB. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you chose to do that name. But okay. I feel like this is somebody I know. I feel like this is somebody I know. If it is, I'd say text my phone, but I ain't got my phone right now. So I don't have my phone right now. I'm gonna assume that it's my dog. Hey yo. We don't do that such shit in here. We don't do that. We don't do that gay shit in here. Fuck wrong with you? Jesus. I just threw my motherfucking vibe off. I'm about to get back on this video.
If you're walking down the street, for example, or you're in a room with them and you're like, wow, that person is so ugly. Like, it's almost hard to look at them.
Fuck you and fuck your love.
I think that's ugly. Dream is not giving that. Like, if you saw Dream walking down the street, you'd be like, oh, just just a normal looking dude. Like he looks like most people. And I think the internet has really lost the plot comes to what is actually ugly and what is just average. And I will blame social media and the accessibility to plastic surgery for this, because, you know, you can't even watch a reality show anymore that's supposed to be real people without seeing like a Kim Kardashian clone and like crazy lip filler, like and Botox. Like everyone kind of looks the same on TV and on social media. That's really like changed our perception of what is attractive and what's normal or average. I don't know, maybe they thought Dream was supposed to look like Edward Cullen or something. Obviously, the face reveal aspect of it all kind of amplified this reaction because people were kind of filling in the blanks of what they thought he would look like just based off of his voice. And I'm guessing most of his fans are like 13 years old anyway and don't understand how the world is. But at the end of the day, I promise you that a lot of these people who are calling all these guys ugly online, if Barry Keoghan or even Dream were to like ask you out at a bar, or you met through school and they're like, do you want to hang out sometime, they'd probably say yes. And I know the standard for celebrities is different. Like celebrities are kind of meant to be beautiful, but I don't think that otherworldly alien-like beauty was always the norm, or like perfect faces with like perfect straight veneers and a perfect straight nose and clear skin has always been the norm, even for celebrities. Because you think of like an 80s romance movie like Harry Met Sally. Meg Ryan, she's very pretty, but she doesn't look like Bella Hadid. Like, she looks like a normal person. Or even, I forget the name of the guy who was in How Harry Met Sally, but I mean, that dude was balding, I'm pretty sure. Like, movie stars used to look like normal people.
Yeah.
Thanks. He was also in a Meg Ryan movie. He looks like a normal dude, and I don't think people were like shrieking at the sight of Tom Hanks, being like, ugly, disgusting monster, get him off the screen, you know? And at the end of the day,
And you know what I think changed, bro? When they started like adding more dudes like with physical, like, I'm trying to think. When they started doing like more like shirtless scenes with guys who they made them fucking work out and shit. I think that's what really like amplified it to where like, all right, we can't use no fucking average looking dude no more. So I'm sure in those movies you didn't see Tom Hanks taking his fucking shirt off and about to have a sex scene. You definitely didn't see that. But once they started adding those and adding the more adding the dudes who do more like action shit or have the more actionist bodies, you know, I think that's where it started, you know, becoming more about looks than about like their character.
it's like, well, what's the reason? What is the purpose? Like, what's gonna happen? Okay, you think Barry Keoghan is
Who the fuck is that?
ugly, and then what?
One of our interns here, she said that you make music for gays.
So,
No, I'm saying
what now?
Sometimes I think people do this online as like an ego fluff, like, oh, I'm not a movie star, but even I wouldn't date Barry Keoghan, he's so ugly. And it's like a way to make themselves feel better. It's the same reason why men call Sydney Sweeney mid. It's like, what?
Sydney Sweeney is not fucking mid. Granted, I hate white hoes. I love my beautiful black queens. Fuck white hoes. But Sydney Sweeney is not fucking mid, bro. Have you seen them titties? I mean, they don't watch goddamn Euphoria. I mean, they filled the goddamn screen. Yeah, she's not mid, though.
World are we living in? I don't think we're in the same dimension, because if you're gonna go as far to say Sydney Sweeney is mid or unattractive, then you're insane. And like, please look in the mirror, because I promise you, none of y'all are even coming close, holding a candle to Sydney Sweeney's face.
It's facts.
And body. I don't
It's
want to
facts.
hear it. So when it comes to the mentality with the medium ugly thing, I think women assume that if a guy is medium ugly or just less attractive than her, then he's more likely to fawn over her, to be a better partner, to be more loyal and loving and appreciative because, you know, he bagged a baddie. He got a girl who's out of his league. And I can understand that logic. You know, dating hot men does have its drawbacks.
There are some real drawbacks to dating attractive men. There's some research indicating that physically attractive men are less satisfied in relationships, that they are more likely to show extra pair interest, meaning other than their partner. They're more likely to be, you know, have a wandering eye, let's say. There's also some evidence that attractive men are generally less sociosexually restricted, so they're more interested in casual relationships than serious ones. And so it's possible that for some individual women, they go through their dating careers, they date some hot guys, these hot guys mistreat them, and they realize, if I aim a little lower to the medium ugly ones, let's say, to the point where I'm still somewhat happy with the way they look, but they're not necessarily going to be out of my league or mistreat me, then I'll feel more comfortable. There's obviously going to be some women like that, but I think for a lot of women, this is a way to cope, let's say. So it's like
So I guess I'm a more attractive dude because I just want to date around and shit. I mean, I take care of myself. Decently good skin. Teeth are nice and straight. I'm not trying to be tied down. I'll be having a wandering eye. Now, but I know I'm just horny. I'm just a horny man. I'm not satisfied with the women I get right now. I got to get to a upper echelon of, you know, the upper echelon of money where I can get the baddies I want type shit. But I'm not afraid of how I look. If anything, I'm kind of arrogant. I know I look good. I'm very arrogant. I'm arrogant. I'm an asshole. I'm everything, bro.
People compete with each other over how attractive their mates are. Many people want to date someone attractive and have the social status associated with that. I think that some women are dating guys who are visibly, physically unattractive, and their way of negating the status hit that they would take from that socially is saying, oh, actually, I prefer that. You know, I could date a super hot guy just like my friends, but I would prefer to date medium ugly.
That's a hot take, and I honestly kind of agree with it. They might not know that they're doing it for that reason, but now it's like this whole trend, and everyone's like, yeah.
I don't get that. Get the fuck off my screen. I don't care about this bullshit.
Ugly guy too.
Big shout out to Mac and Murphy, by the way, because he's come in clutch for this video. He's a scientist who talks about mating behavior in humans, and his content is great. I will link his stuff in the description. But with all that being said, in the wise words of Billie Eilish, if you give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world.
Beautiful girls get asked by the worst dudes to prom, and they're like, yeah, because they finally found someone that likes them. Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand.
Hey, us, that goddamn big titty goth girl that everybody wants. I'd want to do some things with Billie Eilish. Respectfully, take her on several dates, quarter, you know, shoulder ropes and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna do some things to Billie Eilish.
Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am though.
People should be shamed for their looks.
Give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. I swear to God. Because they got a hot girl, they can be horrible. Like, you're still ugly, though.
A less attractive guy or ugly guy will get with a hot girl, and that just like skyrockets his ego, and then he thinks, oh, if I can pull her, I can pull anybody. And this does kind of happen where like men are actually viewed as more attractive when they are with a woman, because it's kind of like confirmation bias, or like, he's with her, so he must have something going on. And that makes women feel attracted to that man because, you know, the girl that's with him has already vetted him and has deemed him a viable partner.
One of the many terrible ironies of dating as a man is that one of the most attractive things that you can have, one of the most attractive traits you can have, is already having a girlfriend. Numerous studies with various methodologies all converge on the idea that if you're walking around and you're holding hands with a woman already, if you're already with a woman, that will make you more attractive to other women. And a lot of people know about this phenomenon, but they kind of dumb it down, right? They talk about it in a competitive landscape, like, oh, you know, she's naturally competitive and she wants her spot or whatever. And it's really not like that. It's more of an informational problem. If you're looking for mates, right, if you're trying to find out who to partner with, usually all you can see is physical attractiveness. But if you see that they already have someone, right, someone else already loves them, then they've already done the informational deadlift of sussing out their personality, their resource procuring abilities, all the various things that go into mate choice have already been cleared by another person. They've already been co-signed as a potential partner by another woman. It makes sense that men with partners are perceived as more attractive. Because if you're choosing between two people of equal physical attractiveness, then the one who already has a partner is the one you have more positive information about.
I call this the Pete Davidson effect because ever since he dated Ariana Grande, he has been Hollywood's designated boyfriend. Now, this may be a hot take, so buckle up, but in some cases, sometimes women who say they prefer ugly men are intentionally going after men who are not threatening to their ego. And what I mean by this is that I think they may not feel fully confident in their abilities to go after really attractive men or the men that they really want. And so they'll proclaim that, oh, actually, I only like ugly men. That's why I only date ugly guys, is because, like, that's my choice. I'm not like the rest of you guys who want to date, attractive, hot, good-looking men. I like the ugly ones. And it almost becomes like a personality trait or a badge of honor. But I wonder if there's maybe something deeper going on there, because why risk being rejected from a guy who's really good looking when you can go after a guy who will want to be with you because they see you as more attractive than them. The need to be the pretty one in the relationship as a woman is understandable. You could also say that is kind of an ego-driven desire or decision, but I never really understood that as someone who wants to be with a partner who is attractive and I am attracted to. Why can't we both be the pretty ones in the relationship? I feel like that's very...
One thing I can say is that my girl, when I get her, I got two things, right? One, if you're going with that mindset of, I want my boyfriend or girlfriend to be more ugly because on God Joking Podcast, bitch, what up, my dog? If you already go with the mindset into a relationship like, yeah, my boyfriend / girlfriend is uglier than me, so I'm better, that's kind of going in with the competition mindset, which is not, for a relationship, that's never going to end well for a relationship. And then my second thing is, I ain't going to cap. When I become big, I'm going to be a whore when it comes to dating around in the mainstream media. As soon as I'm done with one famous girl, I'm going to go for the other one. And I'm going to keep going. I don't even care. Because they're going to be like, oh, I wonder why he's so attractive. Well, I mean, I'm very attractive, but why such and such want to date him? Everybody's going to be fucking, go ahead, clip it. I don't care. I want to know why such and such dated him. Shit like that. And you're gonna figure out why once I dick you down.
Very possible. And this does appeal to the societal norm or expectation of women and their appearance. Like, it's expected for the woman to be more attractive because, I mean, generally women are more attractive than men. And that's, I would say, because women are conditioned to spend more time on their appearance. Like, women literally spend more time and money on their appearance. So of course we're going to be more attractive than the other group of people who don't spend as much time on their appearance and use 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I mean, have you noticed like the reaction that people have when they see a woman with a man who is conventionally more attractive? Like, it doesn't go over very well. They're like, why is he with her? Because I think people are used to seeing guys with women who are prettier, but their inverse is very rare. But obviously, based off of this video, whenever there's a perceived attractiveness discrepancy, people get irate. It pisses people off. Look,
showing up on the first page of Google might
stupid
not be
fucking
the best for everyone.
ads.
Look at Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez, for example. Obviously, Selena Gomez is very beautiful. Benny Blanco, I think...
That bitch got fat. She don't know who she want to date, so that bitch crazy. That bitch was some better than several dudes to dating a couple women to dating this dude. But also, that's her business. Who gives a fuck who she wants to? Maybe she sees something in him that no one else sees. I don't fucking know. You don't get the clip it. But if you worry about other dudes' fucking relationships, you just broke. You broke and you need something to do. Make some fucking money. Fuck you. You the pussy. You the pussy. You ain't get the clip it. Goofy ass nigga. Fuck up out of here. Hoe ass nigga.
Is a normal looking guy. I don't think he's hideous. I don't think he looks like Brad Pitt. He's just an average looking dude. He's kind of goofy in the way that he dresses and acts, but that's kind of his appeal, I guess, his charm. And people are like so upset about this. And I just think it's really crazy how people are going out of their way to be like, Benny Blanco is disgusting. He looks like a rat. I feel like I've met plenty of guys who look like Benny Blanco. I don't know. And
Jack Harlow.
Never call them ugly. Like
Jack Harlow looked like Benny Blanco.
I thought y'all wanted ugly boyfriends. Am I missing something? I thought having an ugly boyfriend or a medium ugly boyfriend was cool now. And if I'm going to be so
I guess that's why I'm fucking single. Because all these stupid goofy hoes is going for the medium ugly dudes. And the dudes the dad bods. I guess I'm too handsome for these hoes. I guess my body's too great for these hoes. I think that's what it is. That has to be it.
Real right now. I think it's really crazy to call your boyfriend or potential boyfriend ugly. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? Like, it's really mean and disrespectful. Like, imagine calling your boyfriend ugly to his face. Like, I'm sure he would not appreciate that. And if
she get motherfucking RKO if she did that to me. And you the one you get the finish. Yeah, what? What? You the ugly one in this relationship. Your personality ugly. But I wouldn't be with a bitch who had an ugly personality anyway. But still, I wouldn't even let ugly come out of her mouth because I already know it's a lie. Oh, you playing? Oh, you play?
If the roles were reversed, you also wouldn't appreciate that. I wouldn't want my boyfriend to be like, you know, you're medium ugly, but I kind of like that about you. I'm just not into looks like that. Like, are you kidding?
I'm very into looks. Man, once I get my bitch, my bitch, she gonna be cute. Cute and up. But it's gonna be features I'm gonna look at if I'm, you know. Teeth is a really big one. Like, my bitch gotta have straight teeth. Her forehead gotta be medium size. You know, it can be a little bit small, but I won't be on the medium. It can't have no big ass forehead. Cause I already got a big ass forehead. What else? I think that's really it. Oh yeah, she got to be toned or a little thick. You know, in the right places. You know, with titties in her ass. She can't have no belly. She got a little bit of a belly, cause you know, it's gonna be proportionate with the fucking, you know, a little bit of belly with the ass. She's gonna be. But yeah. Yeah.
Would literally crumble to the ground.
I make fun of my girl too, though. I would. I make fun of my girl. Like, she got a fat ass forehead. I'm gonna tell her she got a fat ass forehead. Hit her with the. Or kiss her on her fat ass forehead or something. So you got a fat ass forehead, bitch.
Break up with him. If my boyfriend was like, I'm not attracted to you, but it's what's inside that matters. Both are important. I would want my partner to find me beautiful and to find me attractive. And I want to find my partner to be beautiful and attractive. Gender aside, we should be treating each other like human beings with respect, especially those who we're in intimate relationships with. I know it's easy to kind of like punch down at men, because men punch down at women all of the time. I get it.
Not all the time.
I don't think that's really solving anything. And again,
Freaky ass nigga here, 69 God.
Ugly could be another man.
On God.
Supermodel. I don't think it makes you like a holier than thou person for like dating someone despite their looks, because it's shallow to care about someone's looks. It's not shallow to want to be attracted to your partner. That's kind of a major factor.
Man, if you shallow to care about how my person gonna look on my fucking arm, bro, I'm a shallow ass nigga then. I don't give a fuck. My bitch is not gonna be fat. My bitch is gonna be attractive. She gonna have a big booty. She gonna have some fat titties. She gonna have at least like a toned pack. She can do like a 1-pack. I'm a shallow ass nigga. Oh God.
And what makes
my bitch ain't gonna be fat.
Interest than just a friend. But
and she ain't gonna have a fat forehead either.
If you're attracted to the medium ugly, then that would mean that like you are genuinely attracted to your partner, but you're also just aware that they don't fit like the conventional male beauty standard. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Check out my Patreon for bonus videos like that and early access to my videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
That was dope as hell, man. Shout out to Madison Brown. She's gonna get a subscribe from me because I love my beautiful black queens.